Hey there, welcome back to another video of Tech YouTube channel. And in this video, we'll be talking about the webinar, the Frontline of attacks, securing your Python, Perl, and TCL supply chains. So learn how attacks on open source supply chains impact your organization and how they can secure your Python, Perl, and TCL environments. Accordingly, in response to a dramatic rise in cyber attacks targeting open source supply chains, a recent US executive order and industry responses such as Google's SLSA framework have called for the adoption of software security best practices. Watch this on demand webinar to learn how you can implement best practices uh, for securing your Python, Perl, and TCL supply chains with the active state platform, including vulnerability remediation, automatically identify vulnerabilities from the start of development and remediate them in minutes. Provenance establish supply chain integrity by building all packages from source code imported from their official repositories. Major supply chain security elements such as version control, hermetic, and Imperial Bells and access control webinar presenters Pete Gatson, director of product at Active State. Pete has more than 15 years of software development experience in open source and games. He earned his undergraduate degree at the University of Waterloo and an MA in communication from Carleton University in Ottawa. He is passionate about engaging with communities and dedicated to enhancing developers' experiences. The next one is Dana Crane, product marketing manager at Active State with 25 plus years in the software industry. Dana has both crossed and fallen into the chasm as a product marketer and product manager. When not playing basketball or writing blogs, his time is split between making products easier to use and easier to understand. So here are the useful links. Three ways you can secure your open source supply chain. I'll just go for this. And here are the three ways the Active State platform can secure your open source supply chain. Open source supply chain security has always been an issue, but it's recently gained a great deal of notoriety due to the number of recent cyber attacks as well as President Biden's executive offer. The common denominator in each case is the fragility of the open source supply chain, specifically in the case of the cyber attacks. Bad actors compromising the upstream development environment of software vendors who then propagate compromised software downstream to their tens of thousands of customers. Local attacks with global impacts. The active local attacks with global impacts. The Active State platform is an open source supply chain integrity solution for Python, Perl, and DCL that can help secure your software development process by providing provenance, the ability to identify the origin of the source code used to build your software, verifiability, reproducible builds that not only produce the same bits every time given the same source code, but can also be verified as containing only code that came from the original source code. Signing coming soon as an encryption technique used to validate the authenticity and integrity of a software in artifact. The Active State platform can dramatically improve the security and integrity of the open source code you import into your organization. How that code gets built into software artifacts and they subsequently consumed. Open source code provenance in software terms, the provenance refers to the ability to identify the origin of open source code, whether that code originated from npm pi, a GitHub owner, or a similar public repository. Given the open source software packages created by hundreds of thousands of authors, establishing provenance can be a challenge, especially in the face of threats like typo squatting, the practice of the practice of submitting malicious packages with similar names to highly popular ones, i.e., Django instead of the Django. These similarly named packages can be downloaded thousands of times before they are found and deleted from the repository. The next one is the ownership. When authors and or maintainers of an open source package move on, anyone can raise their hands and step into a role that gives them control of what gets released. The Active State platform can help you establish provenance from third-party Python, Perl, and TCL packages through its native catalog, which provides a central repository that contains all of the most popular top-level packages your projects require, along with their dependencies. Additionally, the active state platform catalog provides a set of identified